Hello. So this is a different video. So a week ago during a live stream, which is now privated, I had a panic attack basically. You may have noticed that I haven't been live for a week, and I haven't really offered a statement or explanation and stuff, just because it's kind of a difficult thing to explain. Um, and I kind of needed some space to just process it before I tried to explain how I feel about it all. For those that don't know, basically, I've had mental health issues for a while. Um, it's been a lot better now. Like a couple of years ago, I really couldn't even do the live streams, and I'm very grateful. That that you guys are really enjoying it, and I am very grateful for that. And like we've got like 1,000 subscribers, which is really cool. Um, but yeah, I think it got to me. Because I've grown quite quickly. I went from like I don't know, like a couple of months ago, I was lucky to have anyone in the live streams and to having a consistent audience, which I like again I really appreciate it. But I don't think I was really mentally prepared for some of the pressure that comes with that. I know I'm still pretty small, but yeah, it's just a lot. So yeah, I've kind of had issues with like anxiety, depression, that sort of thing. I guess in terms of, I'm okay with being kind of honest with mental health stuff. I don't like to talk about it too much just because I like to keep the vibes, nice and happy, and it's not always super relevant. But um, I'm autistic. Wow, shocking. I know. Um, I'm also, I guess, using humor right now to cope a bit, just so this doesn't get too dark and emotional. I also have anxiety. I've had issues with depression before as well. Um, I think I don't know if it's fully because I've also had some other conditions that have been kind of flagged, um, but not I don't think like necessarily fully diagnosed, but like I've had professionals say that it could be this, I don't yeah, so like things like complex PTSD, because yeah I've had some bad stuff happen, and like I guess some issues with dissociation and stuff. So yeah, basically what happened last week during the live stream is I started to dissociate a bit, which completely freaked me out because I was worried that maybe like some switching or something would happen. And I definitely didn't want to expose you guys to that. And then yeah, that led to a panic attack, which apparently sounded like I was laughing and just um yeah, I just kind of freaked out because I was like, oh, I feel bad when I have panic attacks around people because I know that they're quite intense, and I didn't want to expose you guys to that. And like it's no one's fault. Like, it's like there were things that triggered it, but I'm not blaming anyone. Like, these are struggles that I've had that I was aware of, and I probably was pushing myself a little bit too hard. I'd felt off for a couple of days beforehand as well. Yeah, I guess some things that I guess kind of contributed to the stress is being misgendered a lot, which I understand why. I'm aware of what I look like. I'm aware of what I sound like. I don't know. I think I'd always kind of assumed my voice wasn't too much of an issue because I was like, well, I look too feminine that it doesn't matter what I sound like. But then like having a whole heap of people who can't see what I look like be like, girl, and being like, oh, okay, no, I do sound feminine. And so for those that are unaware, I am transmasculine. So basically like a trans guy. But I'm like I haven't had any sort of like hormones or surgeries and stuff. So that's why you guys are like, oh, you seem like a girl because I guess physically I am the same and stuff, and I haven't done any voice training and stuff because I guess like I'm not diagnosed with DID, but I did have a therapist person say that there potentially was that. It has kind of, I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah, basically part of why I hadn't voice trained is my voice is part of how people could identify around me could identify that this is me that's present because one of them spoke in a lower register. But I am thinking about it a bit more just because it's really awkward. Like I feel like I'm better at it in live streams, but even like in real life and stuff, when I get misgendered, I'm really bad at correcting people because like I get it. and I know that there's no malice behind it, so you kind of feel bad for being upset about it, because you know that people aren't saying it to be a jerk face, they're just saying what they see. And you don't want to make it awkward by correcting them. You also don't know how people are going to respond. Because, like, before I realized that I was trans myself, one of the first times where, I was trying to be a good ally, and, I asked, like, a friend, I was like, oh, what are your pronouns? And they're like, oh, I don't really do that. So, yeah, I feel like that kind of made me go, oh, not everyone really, yeah. I'm aware that it's not everyone's kind of supportive and stuff, and I don't know, it's just kind of awkward for everyone involved, and I tend to be the type that I would rather me be awkward than other people be. So yeah, like, stuff like that has been getting to me, and then also, I didn't realize that a lot of you guys are quite young. Like, not that this channel has anything particularly adult on it, I'm just not really into that myself, but I kind of, I don't know, I just hadn't really, like, I think I just got overwhelmed by, like, this sense of responsibility and duty of care, and, like, wondering, well, if I'm aware that I have, younger people in my audience, what is my responsibility here to try and help you guys be safe, and then realizing that, am I being patronizing, like, and stuff, like, because I don't want to, I'm not pro things like censorship and stuff, but I do also want you guys to be safe, especially knowing, I think part of what freaked me out is how you guys seem to really trust me, even though, and, like, I'm thankful for that, I am, I appreciate it and stuff, but it also freaked me out that I'm like, oh, well, what if you guys are also trusting other YouTubers that have, bad intent, as, like, it happens often enough that, there's memes about, like, Minecraft YouTubers and stuff, and I just get concerned. Not that if anything ever did happen, it is not your fault, but I also just wouldn't want, like, someone to, I just would want you guys to be safe, and I think I just freaked out going, oh, you guys are, like, young, like, am I doing everything I should be doing? Like, yeah, I think that just sort of got to me, because I had a lot of my, worst experiences, like, with grown-ups taking advantage of me around that sort of, like, early high school. Like, I have had a lot less people creep on me since I've been an adult than when I was a teenager, which is messed up. Not that anyone should be creeped on, but, like, the fact that, yeah, I had significantly more stuff happen when I was a literal child. And yeah, I think I got kind of concerned and stuff, but, and yeah, I wasn't trying to be mean and things, I guess I got worried, because, like, you guys know, it was also difficult for me, like, I mean, autistic, but also telling through text how much of it is you guys joking, exaggerating for attention, like, not that I'm saying that I don't think that anyone's necessarily lying, I mean, I can't verify either way, but I am inclined to be a trusting person, and yeah, but just, like, how much of it is, for comedic effect, or, like, just natural exaggeration that I would possibly get if I knew you better or something, so yeah, like, just being worried that, like, oh, like, yeah, I don't know, in my head, I thought that you guys were all adults, I guess, because, like, I'm an adult, and, like, my analytics, which I should have thought about it a bit harder, because, of course, when we were all kids, we all put down our ages slightly older than we were, just because it's more convenient, like, and yeah, I probably should have used my brain and put two and two together that perhaps that wasn't the case, but I didn't, so yeah, I think I just freaked out, and also just when you guys mentioned how old you are, I think I, like, just was thinking about some stuff that happened to me around some of the ages that you guys have mentioned you are, and that kind of, yeah, just a lot of things, and, like, this probably wouldn't have hit me as hard if I didn't have issues with anxiety and stuff, so, like, I don't want anyone to feel guilty for anything, like, and stuff, and, yeah, I think there's just being worried, like, I am not your friend, like, you don't actually know me, and I don't know you, so if, like, because some of you guys, I'm hoping you guys are joking, like, say, like, oh, yay, my only friend, and then, like, I think I just get worried, because I'm like, oh, like, you need an actual support system, and like joking about like me being a therapist. I'm not a therapist. Yeah, I think it could be just that I'm taking things too literally, putting too much pressure on myself, and being like feeling a sense of responsibility. And I don't know, maybe it's just that, yeah, maybe I'm caring too much. And yeah, I think it got to me, and just my art has also been a bit off lately, which also probably contributed to the stress. And also that live stream had a lot of stuff go wrong from the start, like my phone stand just deciding it was gonna stop being helpful, and yeah, like, yeah, just, and just, yeah, I'm like, I had been worried that that was a potential thing that could happen, because I used to have panic attacks a lot worse. Honestly, something else that made it worse is I tend to freeze up when I have panic attacks. So I was there panicking, that I was like, oh, I'm panicking over the fact that I'm panicking, that you guys are all seeing it, um, and that I couldn't move to turn the live stream off. But then I also, like, I kind of shut down and can't talk, so I couldn't articulate to you guys what was going on. So, like, I appreciate everyone's concern. A lot of you guys did reach out and stuff. Um, which, yeah, I appreciate it. I don't know what else to sort of say, and I'm sorry that I exposed you guys to that. I hope it wasn't too bad. I know that, I've had some particularly bad ones in the past, where, like, it's freaked out people around me. I remember at school, I had a friend that, like, complained to me after a lesson I'd had a panic attack for most of it, and being like, hey, you made the kid next to you uncomfortable. So I know it's a lot. And I'm working on it, and, like, I've been pretty good, apart from that thing. But I think, yeah, maybe just I need to reassess my schedule, maybe take it a bit more easy, maybe not, I don't know, I'd gone, because, like, I don't have other commitments, so I was like, yeah, why not, I'll live stream every day, like, that I don't have something else on. But that also meant that I wasn't really having breaks there for a little bit, like, every time I had a day off, I was doing something else, so I wasn't actually having proper downtime, and, like, I thought, oh, well, like, I don't have other commitments, so I may as well. But yeah, maybe that was a bit intense, jumping straight into that. So yeah, probably need to work up to that. As for when I think I'll be back, maybe, I think I'm gonna take at least another week off, just because it threw me. Yeah, I definitely didn't expect that. I was like, oh, this is bad. Also, just that, fear that you get, that's like, oh, things on the internet are always on the internet. I'm like, oh, is there now, like, a video out there of me having a panic attack? Is that just gonna spread across the internet? Is that gonna take the chances? Yeah, I guess there's just a lot of doubts that come with that, and being like, oh, well, is this gonna keep happening again? Is this gonna be an issue? Stuff like that, yeah, is, but I thought that I thought that I did owe you guys an explanation for what happened. I don't remember it super well, because, if you guys know anything about, like, stress, your brain kind of goes into a specific state, and it makes it kind of hard to remember stuff. And I am not watching over that footage again. That is a live stream. I mean, not that I like what, not that I watch them back anyway, but yeah, no, I'm not watching that. I only just, yeah, that it was bad. I'm not sure how exactly to finish this. Like, is this an apology? I don't know. I guess I wouldn't call it that, because, like, yeah, I don't know. Sorry if I'm mumbling. I didn't really script this, because I wanted it to be sort of just more honest than that, and I didn't want to overthink it by, writing out a script as well as having to talk about it. But hopefully that explains. I think I've covered sort of all the, just the factors. Yeah, it was just like a heap of things hitting me at once. A combination of being probably a little bit overworked, like a little bit burnt out. Just probably not. just jumping straight into it too quickly. Which part of that is just that, yeah, I enjoy doing it. I do like live streaming, but I think maybe I was pushing a little bit too hard and wasn't realizing how draining it was on me. So that's something to know in future. Be more mindful or be more aware of. Hey, am I actually up to doing this, or am I just doing it because I've got like I think yeah, just because I know that you guys like you know you guys are all excited for when it happens. So I want to make sure that it's like yeah I'll like try and live stream as much as can because you guys like it and I don't want you guys to miss out and like you guys get like sad I guess when I don't not that okay that makes it sound like I'm not blaming you guys. This is me needing to understand my limits better than I do. Yeah, like I like if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. But I definitely need to be better at setting boundaries, I guess, for myself and recognizing when I really need to take actual time off and not just go, oh well, I've got D&D tonight, so I can't attend. So that counts as time off when I'm still doing something. So yeah, I need to have actual breaks, if that makes sense. I'm gonna stop the video here because I think I'm just rambling around in circles and I don't really have anything else to add. I guess you guys can ask questions in the thing. I haven't really answered any messages just because I wasn't in the right state to answer them. Hopefully, if you guys had any specific questions, that I have covered that here. But yeah, I'm gonna go now.